live. Live. We are coming to you live.
God, you really get creepier the older you get.
I know. Hello, Mr. Ridgely.
Hello, Mr. Madison.
Happy Father's Day.
And to you as well.
And happy Father's Day to all the wonderful dads out there tonight. I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful day. Welcome to another lovely edition of the End of the Night with me, your goofy host, David Lee Madison, my lovely co-host and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Joe Ridgely. And this wonderful program is brought to you every week by the amazing guys at Film Hub. Film Hub is just a wonderful, wonderful tool for independent filmmakers to get distribution, to get your films out to literally millions and millions of folks. So if you have a film in the can and you want to get it distributed, look into Film Hub. They're just wonderful, wonderful folks over there.
And people always ask what we're using to stream with to make our streams look professional and keep in touch with the audience. That would be StreamYard. Take a look at StreamYard. Awesome stuff.
There you go. There you go.
I actually got IM'd by a couple of people who have watched the program and started questioning me about it, and they're starting to use it, and it's pretty cool.
Are they questioning you like the police? Like... Where have you been, Mr. Ridgely? Yeah. Oh, wait. Just leave that up for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Libby McDermott. Where the hell have you been? What did we do to Libby? She's been missing for weeks and weeks and weeks. She's back, but we missed you, Libby. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Joe, where's your name? Your name is missing. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's back. It's back.
That's weird.
Isn't that weird? When you put somebody up, your name disappears.
So does
mine. So does mine. Good evening, Mr. Meany. I hope you're well. I hope everything's fantastic.
Mr. Madison.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
All right. So the intro music.
Right.
It's a little on the slow side. You're going to put me to sleep every episode with that music. We got to get something a little more upbeat to represent you for the end of the night. Maybe we have to talk to Schiaffo about that.
Okay. Hey, Steve. I hope you're well, Steve. Is Steve a music guy?
Steve's a music guy. He's an artist. Steve does a bit of everything.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Good evening, Ken.
Hope I didn't throw you off there. Sorry.
No. If you think my music's slow, I think it has a Danny Elfman feel. That's why I liked it. What the hell do I know?
Danny Elfman lullaby.
All right, fine. I'll change the music. Jeez Louise, man. I'll put some Metallica up or something for you.
Oh, please don't.
You. So Friday, my daughter graduated high school. So I'm a very, very proud daddy. We had unbelievably beautiful weather. It was just a wonderful week. I had family up from Texas. We had a great time. So I'm in a really good mood. CJ, thank you for the happy Father's Day. I'm a douchebag. I did not send out your Mr. Hush yet, but it is signed and in an envelope on my desk. And if I don't send it out by the next time we have a show, I will literally allow Scott Schiaffo to punch me directly in the face live on the air, which would make probably Scott very, very happy.
And he
Uncle
is
Scott.
one of the gentlemen that is asking about StreamYard.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
Ken says, Happy Father's Day. And Libby is going to come up
Thank
with
you.
every excuse in the book, including mushrooms.
Oh, yes, family ties and time and projects and mushrooms. And can Scott reach that high? If we get him a stepping stool, absolutely.
Scott doesn't seem like a short guy, is he?
No, but I'm like the size of King Kong.
Well, I understand that.
It was funny because I seen a relative who I haven't seen in a really long time. His name is Doug, and he lives down in Texas, and I love him to death. And when I seen him, he said, "You know, Dave, I don't remember you being so freakishly tall." So I was like, "Yeah, I am freakishly tall. It's just the way that's how that thing happened." Rishi season. I have no idea what that means.
I think it has something to do with the mushroom.
Okay. Oh, thank you for being kind, CJ. I just didn't want you to think I was a schmuck who was going to weasel out. You won. You as I recall, you knew Columbo's first name, which is very cool, and you deserve that signed Mr. Hush. Actually, you deserve better than a signed Mr. Hush. It's almost like you're being punished for winning. But
you were the fastest Googler.
yeah. No, I believe he knew that because he's a smart guy. I was just going through my office, Joe, and I found sitting in my one of my desk drawers something really, really cool. And I was curious if you had these when you were a kid, because you're a big Star Wars fan, aren't you?
I am.
Right. I don't know if a lot of people had these. But back in let's see if there's a date on these. 1981. 1981. I think it says on there. I can't see because I'm old and losing my sight. But I found these wonderful giant jumbo Star Wars cards that came out. Did you have these when you were a kid?
I did not. I had the other collector cards, and then like the stationery store had sticker albums also that you had to buy the package of stickers. But I didn't have big cards like that. No.
Yeah, they were made by Topps, as you could see. Oop, wrong way. They were made by Topps, and I think they're like little 5x7. And some of them are action shots, and some of them are like headshots. But I mean, look how cool these things are. There's Darth Vader. Here's a bunch of dudes. I don't think I know anybody in that. Oh, wait, there's Boba Fett. Is that IG-88 behind him?
Well, there's Darth Vader in the picture.
Yeah, little
They're
Darth
all
Vader.
bounty hunters.
Who's the guy on the far end there that looks kind of like a lizard guy? He looks like a Gorn. Is that a Gorn?
That's not a Gorn.
It's a Gorn? Yeah, no, this is the inferior stuff. It's not a Gorn. And we have a bunch of... How cool is that?
That is very cool.
A couple of AT-ATs fighting.
So that's from... All of them were from Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, it looks that way. Here's a little Bob Skywalker or whatever the hell his name was.
Bob Skywalker. I think his name was...
Here's yogurt. Everybody loves yogurt. Everybody loves yogurt. It's a little.
And what is yogurt known for? Merchandise.
Defeating Pizza the Hut. Oh, we got a little. This guy in C-3PO. I forget what his name is. Harrison Ford.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Oh, this one's cool because this actually has a cool character in it. It's those three schlebs and Chewbacca. Like everybody loves Chewbacca. Chewbacca was the coolest. Here's when they're about to steal from Star Trek again and go into warp speed. Here's Yogurt again, looking all philosophical. Hey, I'm Yogurt. I'm smart much.
When did he become Fozzie Bear?
It's the same guy, so I must be doing it good.
Is it? Frank Oz?
Frank Oz did both. Wow, that was quite a compliment. Here's Bob and Darth Vader. Oddly enough, I didn't know Shaft was in the movie, but here's Shaft and Darth Vader and Bob the Fett. These things were pretty freaking cool, actually.
Let me tell you the looks that you're getting.
Here's Yogurt again. Yogurt. And here is the AT-ATs. They were AT-ATs, right? Do I have the right name?
Yes.
I'm not trying to be funny. They were AT-ATs, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. And here is hand solo and C-3PO's arm. I don't know. That's a weird picture to choose. But yeah, I was like, these are pretty cool. I was wondering if these were of any value.
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it too. Why do you doubt it? Because there's like a gazillion of them out there?
Mass produced, and I'm assuming they're not in mint condition.
Oh, no, they're not in mint condition. They've been sitting around in my desk for the last 40 years. It's a long time.
It's better than sitting around in your drawers.
Sadly, I've got a bugbear right here. It's bothering me. It's better. What? You see it right there? I hope it wasn't like a scorpion or something bad.
A scorpion in Pennsylvania. I don't see that happening.
My friends from Texas came up. Who the hell knows what was? My family from Texas came up. Who the hell knows?
We have scorpions down here in Florida.
What was in their luggage? Another thing I found while cleaning through my desk that was pretty epic. A Fright Night comic book, right? But if you look closely, my dear friend who starred in my film Mr. Hush, Mr. Stephen Jeffries, who was Evil Ed in this Fright Night comic book, actually got this comic book from Tom Holland, who directed Fright Night. And he wrote, "Thanks for your great work on it," and signed it Tom Holland. And Stephen, who's not a big collector of anything, actually gave it to me. So I think that's pretty epic.
You know what I was watching this week, and I had to watch it in shifts. You're So Cool, Brewster. Did
you see my part?
I was looking for it, and I was watching it in shifts. I got onto the part 2 entries. Are you in the part 2 entries?
No, I have a complete and total segment to myself. Are you watching it on disc or is it on streaming somewhere?
Streaming.
Oh, I don't know if my part is on the streaming. It was on the Blu-ray and the DVD.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I decided to watch it again, because I have you saying that you.
No, I have my own complete segment on the Blu-ray and DVD. So I'm not in there's 2 parts of the movie. I'm not in either one of them. I'm in a special feature complete on the DVD or the.
Damn it, I don't own a DVD player anymore. CJ wants to know how much for the Fright Night comic.
Send me a bid. I'll let you know. Oh, you know what?
How is Tom doing? Is Tom doing okay?
No, sadly, Tom's getting a little long in the tooth. And I actually have right here the entire Fright Night comic book collection in gem mint condition. And there's that cover, but in gem mint condition. And here is the other cover that had Evil Ed in it in gem mint condition. And that's some cool stuff. I don't know.
Are those Marvel comics?
No, this was Now Comics that did the Fright Night collection. There was only 24 issues, and I bought them all because I'm a big Fright Night nerd.
Marvel used to do all the movie comics.
Well, you know what? While we're at it, another thing I found that was really
cool. You got
cool.
30 seconds, mister.
Why do I have 30 seconds?
Because it's almost 10:15.
Oh, all right, we'll get there. Relax. All right, well, I'll go back to it later. Is the lovely and talented Grunkle Scott around?
He is.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado... Oh, no, that's fine.
No, do it.
Pop it back up. Okay. Without further ado, the legendary, the icon, Grunkle Scott. Grunkle Scott, how are you?
I am good, gentlemen. How are you?
I am very well. So tell me, Grunkle Scott, how was your Father's Day? How's your father doing? Did you have a great day, a great weekend? What's cooking?
We did. We had a pretty awesome... we went to see him, and he's doing great, and we had a lot of fun. And you can't ask for more than that.
That's awesome. Well, you can ask for more than that. You could ask for, cash money. Cash money!
Well, yeah,
Scott,
we could.
Did you hear about the theme song? Can you help with the theme song, Scott?
I actually had a couple of tracks that I think would fit really well. If you're talking about the very beginning, we have a couple of things that may work really well for that segment, which I'd love to give it a shot. I could send it over
Do you dislike the theme song as much as Joe does, Scott?
Do I do? I don't dislike it at all. No, I have something that would be original, that would be all ours, but I have no problem with what you chose.
So
I think
this
it's nice.
so this rat bastard below us is really only the guy
So
who's
I'm the only one who gets put to sleep by it.
is the fly in the ointment.
Woo! Well, you could swap out. I have a number of things that would fit that you can swap out and use and try different things if you'd like. I'd be more than happy to ante them up. Schiaffo in the house, new shirt. Yes, Mad Bros. I am a shirt pumping hoe lately. I'm getting a ton of very cool shirts from folks. Last week I got a really awesome shirt and I wore it and I plugged it. This week, Mad Bros. They're hilarious. You got to check them out. They better be piping in. They better be watching and explaining their whole trip. I also got a very cool, I don't know how well you could see this, piece of artwork of this is me sort of circa now, kind of like a Chuli's gum guy, introspective, almost looking like Jesus Christ himself. Uh-oh, is that blasphemy that I said that? You know what I mean.
It looks like a bro cream ad, brother.
A bro cream ad?
I was going to say Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart, but
Oh my God, wait a minute. That's not a mullet. That's all one length.
So, Mr. Ridgely, can you tell what kind of shirt I am wearing?
I just like totally botched everybody. What the hell did I do? I was so
You were so enamored
with
by
that-
his
mullet.
by his bro cream ad.
Can I tell what kind of shirt you're wearing?
Yes.
A black one.
Yes. No. I am wearing
Bright night.
with your host Peter Vincent on it.
Let's see. We can't see that because you're only from your ant bite up.
That's a toxic spider bite. I'm going to have spider powers in the morning.
And
Is out-
I'm just going for the X generation. Whatever.
There you go.
MTV, they can't go wrong with MTV shirts.
So, Mr. Ridgely is our extraordinarily talented and beautiful guest in the green room and ready.
She appears to be.
Okay. Without further ado, our guest tonight, I consider a friend and an extremely, extremely talented, not only actress, but model, and he even dabbles in the world of wrestling and is just an incredibly kind and sweet person. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Monique Dupree. Hi, Monique. How are you? Oh, no.
Yeah, no sound.
No sound. Can you check your sound?
Uh-oh. Oh, nope, she did.
I could see it's blacked out.
Yeah, let me see if I get...
It's her mic is on mute. It's off mute.
It's off mute. Let me see if I drop you back down and bring you
Hold
back
on
up.
1 second.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me drop you back down and bring you back up. Hello?
Hello? Oh, no sound.
All right, Monique, what we're going to do is I'm going to boot you out. Can you click on that link that you originally clicked to get back in? I believe it's an iOS issue. So,
Alrighty, we'll get you right back, Monique. The
Test.
wonderful world of the internet. You never know. Finally, a pretty face on the screen. Thank you, Ken. I've been working all week on my complexion. I know the spider bite's a little creepy looking, but I appreciate the pretty face comment.
yeah. So, and now David's going to entertain you all.
Do I have any cats to juggle? So, Mr. Schiaffo, you have no idea how excited I'm actually going to see you in the flesh next week.
No, it's going to be awesome, man. I haven't traveled out that far alone in a long time. So, yeah, I'm a little scared.
Don't worry, we won't hold you hostage or anything.
Oh, I know that. I just want to
So,
get there in one piece, and
Hmm?
I haven't traveled that far alone in a while. It'll be fine. I have a very solid car, and I have my GPS rocking. I'm sure it'll be great.
Is
But
Monique ready? Let's just cut off Scott before he goes into a
I
long
will let you
diatribe.
know as soon as she gets here.
Okay. And
Wait,
if,
she just got here, and let's see. I'm going to bring Monique up. Hopefully, we have audio. Hello, Monique.
hello?
Please let it work.
Yay!
Yay!
Loud and clear and stunning and
rock and roll,
beautiful.
There we
rock
go.
and roll.
Now, Monique, do you know, let me see this way. Do you know my dear friend Scott? Have you guys ever done a convention together or have you met yet?
I don't know that we've met officially, but hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing good, Monique. I think we have crossed paths on certain gigs. I'm pretty sure we were at the same cons.
Yeah.
Well, we may have. I know we floated in and out of something. I know that.
Yeah, I don't know it to be like officially like talking or what have you, but definitely same conventions and things of that nature, before COVID.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
So tell me, Monique, how did you and your significant other, people know him call him Saint, but I think his first name is Anthony, correct?
Yeah, but we can call him Saint.
Okay. So
That is the name he goes by.
how did Saint get to spend his Father's Day today?
Actually, we always start celebrating things early because we're eager. So he spent his Father's Day pretty much with the older kids. We drank all different types of liquor all together, all the older kids. And I bought him a glass art table.
Oh, sweet.
This was a table that he was salivating over every time we went to the art store.
Mhm.
And he would just look at it. And I was like, I must get this for him. So he was at a loss for words. But we just basically spent the day watching Harley Quinn, chilling out and eating food.
Oh, well, wish him a happy Father's Day for all of us.
I sure will.
And,
And happy Father's Day to you guys as well.
oh, thank you very much. I know that you've dabbled probably in everything artistic that anybody could come up with. You're multi-talented. But can you share with us, as a little girl, who is Monique Dupree looking up to? Who is the actor or the actress? When I say actor, I just mean actor or actress.
Right.
Or model, or even a professional wrestler. Who's somebody that when Monique is, a girl formulating how she thinks about life and how she thinks about art, who is someone that touched you and inspired you to do all the wonderful things that you do?
Well, that's a two-part answer because first, even though she isn't an actress or entertainer, my grandmother was my first inspiration for me to be able to open myself up to want to get into entertainment in the first place because she saw something in me. But growing up, I've always loved like Lucille Ball, which is odd because I'm predominantly in the horror genre, but I've always had a love for comedy. So I really looked up to like Lucille Ball, and I would watch, the Honeymooners with what's her name, Joyce? No,
Joyce Randolph. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So there were people like that actually piqued my interest as an entertainer. However, I did a lot of dancing growing up and singing and performing. I just went through all of these times. I thought I was a horror actor. I thought I was a comedian. I thought I was a jazz dancer. I just thought I was everybody. So I just wanted to entertain growing up. And I always performed for my family growing up. We would have big gatherings for the holidays, and I had to put together a show, and I would get some of the other cousins, and we would be salt and pepper I ran the gambit of doing everything.
Now, Monique, this is going to blow your mind, but you know how there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
You are actually 1 degree of Mr. Schiaffo and I, because you were heavily featured in Dead Woman's Hollow, directed by Libby McDermott.
Yes. I love
And
myself some Libby.
yes, she's calling you a goddess right now.
Oh, thank you,
and,
Libby. I miss you.
And I don't know if you know this, but Scott Schiaffo and I were blessed to be in the sequel, Darkness Waits. So
I did not know that. That is
we
pretty awesome.
we are 1 degree of separation. So there you go.
Okay.
So you were inspired by your grandma, and you went off and you started to act and model. What was the first film? Now I'm looking over your extensive resume. What was the first film on your resume that you really got to sink your acting chops into? Which role would you consider like the meatiest role you got at first?
Early on, it would probably be Bachelor Party in the Bungalow of the Damned.
Okay, and where did you? How did you get involved with that film? Tell us a little bit about it.
I actually, the only film I've ever answered on Craigslist and got the job. Can you believe that? I literally saw this on Craigslist, and I asked Saint, I was like, should I respond? And he was like, well, you can respond, but if it seems hanky, you're not doing it. And I was like, yeah, I know, like, totally not. And it ended up being legit because an actress dropped out last minute. So they needed somebody to fill in. Now they needed somebody that was going to be able to do sit through extensive makeup job, which it took about 10 hours,
Wow.
8 to 10 hours of makeup, because they had to do from my bust up. And it was funny because Saint brought this up to me and I had forgotten this. He said, do you know that when your role started, it was pretty small, and Brian kept adding on dialogue, or like, putting me in scenes because I didn't have a lot of dialogue once I became, the vampire. But he kept adding scenes for me to be in, and before I knew it, I was like one of the main characters in the movie, like a main supporting character. But that became like a little bit of a Monique Dupree cult classic, because it's not a cult classic, but it's a Monique Dupree cult classic. People will go, I saw your movie Bachelor Party in the Bungalow of the Damned, and your boobs had teeth, and you were awesome. And it was one of those things that I really, really got to show that I can sit in the makeup chair for a long time, that I can be patient, and actually get to act. And we were in the Hamptons. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
That sounds like a blast. CJ Robles was a great guy who watches our show every week. Wants to know what's your favorite role that you've played.
Ooh, that is okay. So this is unfair because it hasn't come out yet. So I did a movie long time ago with Darkstone Entertainment, John Johnson. You guys are familiar with him, or I believe you are. The first film that I ever did with him was called Aurea. It's part of a Shadowhunter series, and I'm the main character throughout the movie. I play a snake demon. It was my favorite because we lived on set for like 30 days. We all lived in the same big house, and it was just extensive days of shooting, and we became a huge family. The reason why that film isn't out yet is because he had so many special effects set for the film, but when it came time to have to put the special effects in and the amount of money it costs, he didn't realize how much it was going to cost. So he had to step back from that film. So I believe now he's turning it into a series, like a YouTube series. I'm not entirely sure, but that is my all-time favorite film to date, because I had to act without using any words. And Saint taught me I played a snake demon. So Saint taught me how to research movement and how to speak with my eyes and how to do certain hand gestures that would speak volumes. And I mean, he helped me so much with that film, and I loved doing that. It was very hard for me to do. There were days that I thought I wasn't going to make it through it because it was a challenging role for me.
Now, John Johnson, if I'm not mistaken, is he the gentleman who did the Plan 9 from Outer Space
Yes.
remake?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
And
he's a
Donna
great
was
guy.
also in that as well.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. I think I palled around with him out in Altoona a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Ken, another great a great part of the show, wants to know if you got to do any work on any scenes with Morgan Freeman on Lean on Me.
Well, as a collective we did, but I actually got to, I'm not going to say meet Morgan Freeman, but I had to, when we were cut and they were resetting the scenes, I was literally standing right next to him and he was just saying hi to us and we were just saying hi. We all said hi as a collective. I didn't get to like introduce myself. We were on the set of a film and I was trying to be professional. And this was my first film ever. So I was definitely trying to be what I felt to be professional. So I didn't speak out of turn or anything, but I got to be right there with him and watch him work. Same with Lynn Thigpen, who is another woman that I idolize. I'm rest in peace to her, but she became a big part of, I started studying her a lot. There's a lot of actors and actresses that I've studied throughout the years because there's something about them that I feel like I want to learn or pick up. So I just watch things over and over and over again. So yeah.
Now, I saw a film that you did, I think it was probably maybe about 10 years ago, called, give me a second, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Little Big Boy or something like that. Do you remember this film?
I remember this film. However, I do not remember my role because it was so long ago. My goodness. Nobody even ever asks me about that film.
No, because I'm a big Lloyd Kaufman fan.
Yeah.
And I thought that actually was a funny film, and I recall seeing you, and I thought you were quite funny in that movie. So,
thank you. A lot of people keep saying that I have, when I'm not trying to be funny, is when I'm funny because it's honestly like I don't know. I think like kind of Lucille Ball moments that I call myself having at times, and it's not on purpose. It's just part of my personality. Just starts coming through.
Now, when you say you're a fan of Lucille Ball, are we talking about the 1950s Lucille Ball with Ricky when she was with Fred Mertz and Ricky, or are we talking about the 1970s when she's on with Gail Gordon, the later Color, the episodes that were in Color?
No, back in the day, Lucille
the
Ball,
original one.
Yes,
I Love Lucy. You know what's funny? I'm one of those rare people who like what was it, Scott? Do you remember what it was just called, the Lucy Show, the one she did with Gail Gordon?
Oh gosh, she's had so many iterations over the years.
That she had like the marionette at the beginning, or she was like a.
No,
I think you're right about that, right?
Well, it might have been. Yeah. That show was I actually thought that show was incredibly funny. I thought there was
I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to, if there's something that I really like, I tend to only stick to that. And I mean, even to this day, like I go back and I'll watch The Honeymooners. I'll go back and I'll watch I Love Lucy. You know, I loved stuff like that. I mean, I even went through a Benny Hill phase for a second. Just, I don't know why, but I've studied all of these different types of comedy, if you will. Even The Odd Couple, and Saint and I were watching that just recently. Just watching The Odd Couple because I loved that these two people that were complete opposites were like living together, you know. And then it grew later into like the Seinfelds and things of that nature. But I've always been, I feel like, a fan of comedy. But once I stick to one thing, I don't like change very much.
You know what show I think you would adore if you haven't seen it? Go back and watch the original Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yes, I
with
have.
Ed. Oh, okay.
Yes, and I cannot ever live with Saint and not know anything about the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I even forgot to mention like the Carol Burnett Show, and you know, I was a fan of Carol Burnett as well. I mean, I am a fan of Carol Burnett. Just there's so much. I realized that. Oh, Burns, he's Saint's back here. Naming shows and everything. You could just yell it out because I mean they know that you're here and you're a father. So Burns and Allen.
You have exceptional taste, Saint. You really do.
He does, and things that I don't know. Oftentimes, he fills in the blank, and if I say, "Who's that?" or "What's that?" he's like, "Oh no, we have to change this right now." So he's a big fan of educating me on a lot of things, especially if I say that I like something. He feels like I should be well-rounded and learn all of it.
If he's right there, ask him if he liked the Jack Benny show. Because if he loved Burns and Allen, he would love the Jack Benny show.
Did you like the Jack Benny show?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Monique, I know you have an enormous resume. You've, as an independent film star, you've been in countless films. And this show has a really vast audience of people who are in the independent film world. If somebody was to come up and ask Monique Dupree, what was your secret and how did you get involved in so many productions? What would you tell them?
Tireless promotion of myself. Nobody wanted to represent me. Nobody was really looking to put me in film projects. I'm going to tell you a little secret. How I met John Johnson and how I landed my role with John, because before John, I had only done extra work, which to me is fine because I got to learn a lot about production and television and film. We went to this convention. I can't even remember, the Genghis Khan, I think it was. Was it Genghis? I think it was Genghis
That's
Khan.
That's a great name for a convention.
It was a long, long time ago, right? So it was Genghis Khan. So I told Saint, I was like, I need to start doing, independent film and doing film. And he said, I need you to be the actress that you are and be the role already. Like, you're already an actress. Don't say I'm an aspiring actress, or I'm trying to do this, or I'm trying to do that. So I walked into Genghis Khan and I didn't have a table or anything. We walked in there, we met John, and I said, yeah, I'm a screen queen. I've done films. I've done quite a few films, and I'm an actress. I do this, that, or the other. So we ended up talking. That was how I landed my first feature film role, was with John, and he only found out later that I had only done a few things and had never actually done more than extra work. But I sold myself before he had a chance to do any kind of research or anything, and that's how I've always done. And then I built upon what I had, and then I was able to utilize what I already learned and the things that I'd already done, and I promote myself tirelessly because I said, if nobody else is going to do it, you have to do it for yourself. So promotion is a huge key in how I've gotten involved in so many projects.
I will say that I met you probably, I think it was over 10 years ago. Our tables were right next to each other at a convention, and you had movies that you were in. There was actually a comic book that somebody had you on the cover of. It was like a really beautiful drawing. Sadly, I don't remember. I actually have an autograph.
Cat of Nine Tails.
Yeah, okay. I remember you were very gracious and you gave me an autographed copy of that, which I have in my comic book collection. But what I want to say is that I think why you're so successful is that you're kind to people who want to come up and talk with you, who want to meet you, who want to learn from you, and sadly a lot of people who want to do this kind of thing want to do it for the wrong reasons. Right. They want to do it to become famous, to make money, to not be generous with their time and their efforts. Right. But the truth of the matter is that when people see people like you who do it for the right reasons, because it's an artistic venture for you, because it means something to you on a personal level, it really is, and I mean this in a kind way, it's really attractive to people when you do it and you treat people with dignity and kindness. And when I sat next to you during that whole weekend at the convention, I saw how you interacted with your fans and how wonderfully sweet and kind you are. And that's why you're a success for all these years, because not many people are like that. So I'm tipping my hat to you, Monique, for being awesome.
I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I truly mean it. So I also know, and I don't know a whole lot about this side of you, because sadly I'm not really into it. But I know that you were also heavily involved in wrestling. Tell us how you got involved in wrestling, and what your role was in wrestling.
Okay, and that was until COVID. So I'm trying to get back in again, but COVID had killed everything for quite some time. I actually got into wrestling in 2013. So I got into wrestling through Tommy Dreamer, who had started his own promotion in 2012. So I was pregnant at the time, because I was almost always pregnant, right? But I was pregnant at the time with our last child, and we went to his first show. It was me and Saint and my daughter Monet. I can't remember if there was anybody else. But anyway, we went to the show, saw how successful it was. And, I had always expressed interest in being a valet, which is someone who comes out with the wrestlers. So by the second show, he said, well, hey, would you like to do this? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to do this. So by the second show, I got a chance to be a part of the show. And for people that do know wrestling, I got to work with ECW legends like Sandman and Blue Meanie and Guido. Me, for the first time in the ring, working with these guys, and Sandman pulls my wig off, and there's the biggest pop. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so surreal. And that just solidified the start of my career into wrestling. What I did not expect, however, was to love working behind the scenes of wrestling. So then I started doing production with House of Hardcore, and Dreamer trusted me to do this, and even my daughter got to work it. We would do everything from working will call. I would be responsible for social media, so I'm taking pictures. Then I have to stop and find out what I'm doing in the ring, go in the ring, do my spots, go back, make sure that the wrestlers were where they were supposed to be, sometimes handling the money. I did everything, just like on a production of a film, except this is like theater, because everything's happening and you have to think on your feet. So having 10 children has helped me to learn how to think on my feet, because anything that can happen will happen when you have a group of children, anything. So I ended up working more so on the production end. And although I still valeted, and, I would get bumped too, which means I would get thrown around by the wrestlers. I really enjoyed working behind the scenes, and I did that from 2013 all the way up until the pandemic, the start of the pandemic. So I've had a great career. I hope to get back into it, but mostly behind the scenes. I would love to. If a promotion came up to me and said, hey, would you like to work in wrestling again, I would say behind the scenes, most definitely. Promotion, social media, actually being there at the show. But for right now, I just got picked up by a company called Lingerie Fighting Championship, where they mix a bit of wrestling, boxing, MMA, and things of that nature, all rolled into one while wearing lingerie. So I'm going to be doing my first set of shows in Vegas in the mid-August. And Saint's doing my photography for all of that, because, he's my go-to photographer because he's so amazingly talented. So we're going to put all of this together, and I'm going to be fighting some women finally.
So let me ask you, I think this is a tremendously fair question, considering that you just let everybody know that you have 10 children. How the hell do you keep that amazing figure?
I work out like crazy. But I don't know if a lot of people know this. For a while, I just said, I'm just going to be whatever size I decide to be, because I enjoyed eating like pies and all kinds of other things, like, you know, like an entire pie. Saint cooks. So I like to eat. So it's like the perfect marriage, because he's making pasta and desserts, and I was just eating them. And I got up to over 200 pounds. And then at some point in time, when the words gestational diabetes and things like that started creeping up on me, I just decided that I wanted to lose the weight, but I couldn't afford to go to a gym. So I researched for my body how to eat and what to do, and just started working out, and I lost 82 pounds.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
And I've kept it off ever since. Thank you. So
Yep.
I've managed to keep that weight off, because I have this thing in me. I'm just a fitness person. I love you know, herbs, and I do mostly vegan. I don't like to consider myself to be anything, because I love food so much. So I love to eat what I love to eat, but most times I try to stay away from beef, and I can't eat seafood. So I stick to fruits and vegetables mostly. But the last few weeks, I just said, I'm going to go easy on myself, and, you know, like, just eat what I want to, but in moderation. So we've been doing a lot of pasta.
So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're doing a wonderful job. Brandon Brooks writes, Monique is awesome. Was blessed to have her do a scene in my upcoming film titled Ill, formerly titled Sickness, and also worked with her and Saint in a feature film called The Mick and the Tick. Good people.
Thank you, Brandon. I miss you, by the way. Yeah, I just got to see him during the pandemic, because we were on the set of a Tom DiNucci film called The Mick and the Trick, like he just said. And because I work in wrestling, and because Saint is Saint, and he's just, you know, they allowed us to do our own fight scene, put our own fight scene together. And I have to admit that Saint put most of the fight scene together. I just added a couple of little things, but he allowed me to, like, kick his ass, basically, in the film. And the fight scene that we put together was so awesome, and I was so in awe that, I mean, Saint and I, you know, we work so well together in so many different things, but we had never put together a fight scene for somebody else's movie before. So that was really, really awesome. And I, you know, Brandon was there at the time, and working on Brandon's film Ill, Saint and I had to film that ourselves. And we got a hotel room, and we set up everything. And because I was a DJ, and we filmed all of our scenes, and that was amazing as well. So I'm blessed. I consider myself to be blessed. I'm always around good people.
That's awesome. What were you going to say, Joe?
I was going to say, in Ill, Brian O'Halloran is in it as well.
Is he really?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
I did not know that. Or maybe
Wow.
I didn't remember that, and I did know that. I'm not.
That's okay. He's not very memorable.
And Ken, yeah, my fitness tips: stay away from the 12 and 24-ounce curls. That's my tip.
Now, Monique, I know I could talk to you all night, and I know I promised I would, because it is Father's Day, that I wasn't going to keep you very long. So, with that being said, where can people find you? And do you have any upcoming projects you want to make us aware of?
Wow. Well, I have 6 upcoming projects, but I also have quite a few NDAs. I can say that I'm working on a film called Shark, You Son of a Bitch. And another sequel to the Skeleton Key series that John Johnson has going on, his long-running series. But I do have a few other projects as well. You can find me on all forms of social media, usually as The Original Gata, THA Original GATA. And when in doubt, you can just Google Monique Dupree, because all of my social media will just pop up.
Awesome. Mr. Schiaffo, I know I have been hoarding all the questions tonight. Is there anything you would like to ask our lovely and talented guest before we let her go off and continue her Father's Day festivities with her awesome husband?
No, you know, well, what I wanted to ask was her origin story, in the sense of, I had read something earlier, and I don't want to paraphrase it now, and since I don't have the details correct, but I think you have a very interesting story from way back when you first started. What ushered you into a life of the performing arts?
Uh, well, like I said, it was mostly my grandmother. I mean, it depends on what you're speaking of. It's okay for you to say what you read, because I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I feel foolish now because the detail of it is as I'm missing it now. But I remember it was funny and it was interesting, and it was something along the lines of oh gosh, the details are missing me now, and I feel very foolish, and I do
No
apologize.
worries. I actually got a picture that Brandon just sent.
Oh,
Oh.
that's awesome! Yep.
You want to tell us who's in that picture? Do you know everybody? I know that Saint next to
Yeah,
you.
that's Saint.
Who's behind
That's
Brandon? Do you know?
I cannot remember her name.
Oh.
She's an actress as well. I think that was her first time on the set, but she was a natural. She's pretty amazing. I think she's a native of PA.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
yeah.
All right. So we
she's
can't
pretty
end this without asking about, because I know a lot of people are curious when it's going to come out. It was on the Con series and everything. Shakespeare's Shitstorm.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
I think that
I mean, we cannot talk to this lady without talking about that.
I loved working on that film. I don't know when it's going to come out. I know it's making its convention rounds and so on and so forth. And Scott, keep thinking about that, because I'm waiting for you to come back and say something, by the way. Sorry, I had to do that segue. So my role in that film was actually meant for a male. I played a character named Caliban from The Tempest. And what was so interesting about that film is that I had to learn fight choreography. I had to learn some Shakespearean. I'm not a theater person at all. I mean, I did it in high school because I was just trying to kind of get my feet wet in the acting realm. But I really enjoyed doing that film. But it was also a hard film for me to do, and I had so much dialogue. It was so dialogue heavy for me that I spent time in my apartment, and I got these really big boards, and I would just write my lines so that everywhere I went, I would have to read those lines in order to memorize them, because there was just so much I had to do. But I was so happy that Lloyd and honored that he thought that I could play that role, because, like I said, it was meant for a black man. I am not a black man, however.
No, you are not.
I am definitely not a black man, but he entrusted me with a character, and was very happy with how I played it, and it was so amazing. I cannot wait to watch it with an audience. I did see the screener, and I was so happy, and it's fun, but it's also, in true Troma fashion, he slips a lot of knowledge in all of that craziness with the whale shit. I don't know if I can curse, but that's what it was in the movie. So it was really, really fun.
Okay,
yeah, I think what I'm thinking too was you had some beginnings with Lloyd, right? That was in the beginning for you,
yes.
early
Are
on.
you talking about Fangoria? When I did Fangoria
And all the trauma stuff.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that was how I started into how I got to work with Lloyd Kaufman, was that I did this Fangoria Radio with Dee Snider and Debbie Rochon, and there was a Scream Queen contest. So I entered this contest, and I lost the contest, but Lloyd and Debbie really liked me, and Lloyd ended up hiring me above anybody else, even the woman that won, and put me in his intro. It was the intro to Pot Zombies. That was the first time I ever worked with him, and I was on set, and I'm trying to read this script, and I'm trying to learn this stuff, And Lloyd doesn't like for you to be married to your lines all the time. He wants you to feel and emote and, do all of this when it calls for it. So when they said action, I was reading it too stiff or trying to remember my lines. And he basically took the paper and threw it away. And he was like, I just want you to just call me all kinds of motherfuckers, this, that, or the other. Just let me have it. Just give me the emotion. Just do all of this stuff. Don't worry about anything. Just forget the lines on the paper. And that's when I learned the true art of Lloyd Kaufman. And
Trial by fire, and you were in and you rocked it.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, I learn more and more every time that I'm with him, and he's one of my favorite human beings to date.
In those early Troma films, did you ever work with Tiffany Shepis?
Not directly, no. And I love
you are very lucky. Just leave it at that.
Oh my God, Zing!
Mr. Ridgely, before we let this beautiful and talented actress go, what would you have anything would like to say?
Yeah, I was curious, and she was involved with that, and I know they're rebooting The Toxic Avenger. Any chance we're going to see you in that?
I sure hope so, because I was happy to be in Return to Nukem High, aka Volume 2. He put me in that even though I was wearing no clothes whatsoever. Lloyd is the only person I've ever done that for, because when he sent me the script, he failed to mention that the wardrobe was blood.
Oh boy.
I wore blood, and I had a fake phone that I put under my boob in order to hold. That was my entire wardrobe for that film. So having said that, I hope Lloyd hires me for this one with a little bit more clothes than what I had on that time.
well, a fun fact about that as well, the whole Kevin Bacon thing, he's supposed to play the villain in that film.
In the new Toxic Avenger.
The new Toxic
sweet.
Avenger.
Wow.
Yes.
Does he have he must be nude contract?
Hi, Hazel.
Too?
It's funny. I haven't seen the first Toxic Avenger. I'm missing out. I guess
that's sacrilege.
I really hope to be able to be a part of that. I try not to jump on things and go, oh Lloyd, me, but I will nonchalantly work my way into asking, hey, you think I can audition for a part or whatever? Because I'm never beyond auditioning. I've been auditioning for things throughout the pandemic, and I love, trying my acting chops with auditioning in certain ways. So hopefully you'll see me in that as well. Let's just say that we might do that.
But
That's
would you
awesome.
be willing to play a black male?
Yes, I will wear the beard and everything, whatever I need to do. But taping these puppies down is gonna be a little bit of a thing. So, but I'll play a black man. I'll play any man you need me to play. Who you need me to play?
With that being said, Monique, I know I promise. Joe, you're keeping her too long. She's going to beat me up next time she sees me. She's like, I want to do 40, 50 minutes. I got stuff to do. Monique, thank you so much for doing our show tonight. You're now a part of the End of the Night family. Anytime you want to come on and promote something, or if you just want to come on and say hello, we'd love to have you. Monique, it's awesome to see you. Thank you for doing the show. Everybody out there who are filmmakers and directors, I can tell you from firsthand knowledge, Monique's a top-notch professional. She's awesome to work with. So if you have a film project, reach out to her. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Monique Dupree.
Thank you, Monique. It was great seeing you.
Thank you for having me. And happy Father's Day again.
Thank you, and wish Shane a happy Father's Day from us.
Absolutely.
Take care, hon.
Night.
Bye.
What an awesome woman.
No, she is just the sweetest, and she's a super talented performer on like every level, and just a kind-hearted, just wonderful person. Unlike Scott Schiaffo, I don't even know why. Very fun guest. I have to check out some of her films. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmett Garnhan, how are you doing, my friend? Haven for Heroes, great store in Port Jervis, New York. If you're up in Orange County, New York, go and see him. He has a great store filled with comic books and all that. Just, what's funny? I was not done before, so we have a few more minutes before we wrap this bad boy up.
I apologize for interrupting before.
Oh, no. You're right. The last thing I should have do was kept Monique in the green room with my stupidity. But I also found before Scott, I was talking about comic books. Yeah, maybe Emmett can even chime in. Very well, thank you, sir. Maybe you could chime in on this, Emmett. Back a long, long time ago, I guess this comic is probably got to be almost.
Sorry, I found that funny. Scott, go ahead and read it.
Can you see it, Scott?
Yes, please use your GPS on your road trip. We don't need Wits and 2. Summer of Steve. Zing. Boy, people have so much faith on me on the road.
You know what's scary? He's probably the only person in the entire world who knows you played Steve in Wits End. Now, this comic book I came across, but it's so cool because it's a combination of a war comic and a horror comic, and it has something on the cover that you would never, ever see on a comic today. But check this bad boy out in my collection. It's called Weird War Tales, and there are vampire bats flying over a Nazi soldier, and it actually has a swastika on the cover of this comic book, which I assume is probably from the late 1960s, judging by the price of the comic book and by the subject. And
Ben said he had that one.
Oh, you had that one. Oh, cool, sweet. And on the back, it has the make money, get prizes ad. How cool is that?
Oh, I remember like the Olympic Sales Club and everything. With
do you remember Sea Monkeys?
Yes.
I always wanted to buy Sea Monkeys. But how cool is the artwork? There's like a vampire bat about to kill a Nazi soldier. I mean, how awesome is that?
And what year did you say that was?
I think this is a 20-cent comic. Maybe Emmett could help me. There's really no way.
It doesn't have a year on the date or on the stamp?
On the stamp. It just says Weird Tales number 13, April. And it says approved by the Comic Codes Authority.
What about on the back cover with the back cover on the bottom? Maybe a copyright date?
No, there's nothing on the back cover or on the bottom.
Okay.
But a 20 cent
around 80.
1980? Are you on crack, dude? They were 40 cents in 1980. A 20-cent comic
for 40 cents in 1980.
20-cent comic, I would say, and I don't think they were putting swastikas on.
71.
Issue 1 came out in 1971. Okay.
So
this is issue number this is issue number 13. So I guess this came out in like 1972, I would say.
Haven for Heroes saying issue 1 came out, so that's 13. So a year later.
Because they're about a month, right? Yeah. So it's 49 years old, this comic book. But
nice.
How cool is that?
That's
Another one I came across is, check this bad boy out.
Are we going for a Nazi theme?
No. This is just another scary theme. Have you the nerve to face the unexpected? And there's like a scary skeleton and a crowd. Death dummy is a dummy in disguise. Oh, no. Death is a dummy in disguise. Sorry. Death is a dummy in disguise.
Dude, you're bending the book. Don't bend the book.
Oh, sorry. And then on the back, we have all kinds of another adventure with Ready Ranger.
Why aren't these boarded? What's the matter with you?
Dude, I have over 5,000 comic books.
And
I would have to. I would have.
You have that many, I had no idea you had that many comics.
I would have to kill a forest to do that. And because we were doing horror, how cool is this? I don't know. This I don't think came out all that long ago. It's Chaos Comics, but Chaos Comics Halloween.
Wow.
Like 1978?
Oh, it's the 1978 Halloween, but in a graphic novel kind of comic book kind of way. I mean, there's Dr. Loomis and Michael.
Loomis.
Oh, is that Dr.? No, that's when he's killing the guy upstairs and all kinds of bad stuff is happening. But they don't draw Dr. Loomis very well, but you could see him right there. I shot him 6 times. So that was a Halloween issue. DC had a lot of great horror comics. I agree, Emmett. They did have a lot of great horror comics. But be that as it may, that's all the silly crap I had to show you. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer with my comic shenanigans. Mr. Schiaffo, is there anything you would love to say? First off, I want to apologize to everybody who watched last week. Debbie Rochon had confirmed and said she was going to do the show. And I wrote her all week, and I have not gotten any response back. So I'm not sure what's up with that. So hopefully maybe we could have Miss Rochon on in the future. Mr. Schiaffo, do you have anything going on in the world of Mr. Schiaffo? I mean, do you have any big news? Anything cooking?
I don't know about big news, but everybody knows that Clerks 3 is happening this summer. It's pushed up a little bit. It won't be happening until June, July, August now. So there's some weirdness, but it's happening, and it's happening in the summer. And I'm looking forward to it. I had some meetings, phone meetings, and some people reached out to me, and it's going to be exciting. Other than that, I'm looking forward to your most awesome daughter's graduation, which I'll be making that trip out there. That'll be the first. This will be the biggest trip I've made by car since I had my heart failure.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. Yes, since I've had heart failure. But I'm safe. I'm solid. I have a very safe and solid heart. And I have my GPS, and I have my wonderful carry as an awesome car that I can use. So I'm looking forward to the trip, and it should be exciting to see everybody. So I'm looking forward to that next weekend. And hey, man, summer's been good to me. The people in my life have been good to me. Everybody's been supportive. There's projects coming up. There's all kinds of things coming up. I'm a very fortunate man. So I want to thank you all very much for all that you do to keep this guy kind of up and running and current. And I really do appreciate it.
Awesome.
We got Ken saying that he's gone through heart failure himself.
Yeah, Ken, it's no fun, but if you get the right doctor and you get yourself through it properly, there's tremendous amounts of medicine and procedures that they can do. We are in a different time now. A lot could be done for the heart now, so be positive minded.
And Schiaffo, our lovely dear friend Libby McDermott, will be out with us next weekend too, so that should be awesome.
So I've got the major question, Mr.
What's that?
Schiaffo. Grunkle Scott is going to be at your house.
Yes.
Is it next weekend?
Next weekend, yeah.
Is he going to be shooting his role in?
It really depends on if we can get him to stay a little bit longer after the party and do some setups. We see if we can figure something out. That movie's in the can. We just have to shoot Scott's scene. The minute we can... Actually, Scott has 2 scenes. Once we shoot Scott's 2 scenes, everything will be great. So,
No pressure, Scott.
Let's talk about it on the phone this week, David, and see what we can't do. I mean, that's a big day for Amanda. It's a big day for me as far as driving.
yeah.
We'll figure it out. If we could take a day, I'm super flexible. If we could take a day or two where we can.
Yeah, it's summertime because sadly, when you do a shoot, the setup alone takes an hour or 2. So we'll figure it all out.
If we could do it a day where it's just separate from Amanda's party, maybe that's better.
And thank you for bringing up Full Moon Fever. I'm very proud of that movie, as I am with Wits End, which is available on all streaming outlets. You guys can check Scott and I out in that. And Joe, I know your beautiful wife and your beautiful daughter have a fantastic business venture that I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Their product is fantastic. It really is. Let everybody know about it.
Thank you. That would be Hearts of the Mystic Folk. They are doing the I always drop the ball on this. I always call them smelly things, but that's not the correct term for them.
Tarts.
Wax melts, tarts. Yes, thank you. That are all natural, and I'm very proud of these girls. They just got their tax ID and they're getting their website up and running, and they're going full force into this. So very excited for that. And one thing I want to bring up to David also is, I've got, let's see, Libby's poster. I've got Big Ed's poster. I've got, guess what I don't have?
What's that?
Wits.
Any Dave posters. Well, if you were kind enough to actually give me your address, because I know you're so covert, I'd be more than happy to send you a care package of all kinds of goodies.
Because we just signed for a new house, so I'm going to be moving into a new office. So that's definitely going to be the time to get the new stuff up.
Well, I'm super excited. Gus Mauk, who's one of my favorite artists of all time, he actually is now doing photorealistic art. His art is so ridiculously insane. He's currently working on the Full Moon Fever poster. Nice. So maybe you'll be the first one to have it, and then you can put it, show it on your... Also, the big show that we have planned for October, everything is aces. The tape transferred over to digital CD perfectly. The interview is an hour and 40 minutes long, so we might do it over 3 shows. And I think we're going to have a whole bunch of iconic guests come on while we're playing segments of the interview. We'll have iconic people come on and give their thoughts about this just truly momentous event. It's really going to be something great.
You guys out there, you can't even imagine. It's going to be... Ooh.
I'll give you 100 guesses on what this legendary show is going to be about, and 100 times you just couldn't. It's just on a different level. I'm super excited, and I think we'll probably do it on the 2 Sundays before Halloween, and then we'll culminate it with a special giant late night Halloween episode, superstar star-studded episode. So stay tuned for that. Now, everybody, Scott and I are going to be celebrating my beautiful daughter's graduation next weekend. So we're not going to be on next weekend because we have the festivities and that. And then the following week is July 4th. So we're going to take a little 2-week break. We're going to see everybody back here on July 11th at 10 o'clock with a wonderful superstar guest. But we want everybody to have a really safe July 4th weekend. Spend it with your loved ones. Have a great time. Celebrate the summer. Celebrate your family. Celebrate our country. Celebrate whatever you wish. Just have a great time and be safe. But we will see you guys all back on July 11th, I think it is. Sunday, July 11th for a superstar show. Scott, were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say enjoy all there is to enjoy. And stay safe, folks.
Absolutely. Oh, CJ's going to watch Spontaneous. I can't wait to hear what you say. I love that movie, man. That was just a great movie. And I also want to thank Catherine Marie Stewart, who was on last week. She was really fantastic. It was a great show. It was
phenomenal.
We had an enormous amount of people watch that episode, so thank you for coming on. I want to thank the lovely and talented Monique Dupree for being on tonight. She's a super talented actress, so reach out to her. And with that being said, Joe, is there anything you want to say in passing?
Yeah, everybody, again, who is still here, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. I'm getting so lost with Facebook and all these other things. Subscribe to David Lee Madison's The End of the Night Facebook page. Hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button. Go to Technical Defects on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. And that's all I've got.
Again, happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. Happy Father's Day, Mr. Ridgely. I know you're a wonderful dad. And with that being said, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. We'll see you guys on July 11th.